In the last episode, I talked about rebuilding, starting to piece together a care plan, finding support, and redefining my relationship with my body. But here's something I didn't expect. Rebuilding also came with a cost I wasn't prepared for. Not just emotional costs, but financial. Because endometriosis doesn't just affect your body, it drains your bank account too. What does it cost to finally feel seen? What's the price of trying to live without constant pain? And how do you choose between groceries and another specialist visit? To watch the full episode, click the link below and don't forget to subscribe. Welcome back to my Endo Talks. Are you listening? I'm your host, Patricia, and today we're talking about something that's hard to say out loud, but even harder to live through: the financial toll of endometriosis. From doctor visits to medications, surgeries to missed work, it all adds up. And for many of us, it changes not only how we heal, but how we live. Endometriosis doesn't come with a price tag at first. You're just in pain, you're missing school, work, social events. You're wondering if it's normal, if you're overreacting, if you should just push through. But when you finally start seeking help, specialists, ultrasounds, medications, surgery, suddenly you realize, this pain has a cost, and not just the emotional kind. It's co-pays, out-of-network fees, missed wages, medications that the insurance won't cover. Even a heating pad doesn't sound like a luxury until you're replacing them every few months and paying out of pocket. And if you need fertility support, that's a whole other mountain of expenses. So I'll never forget the bill for my first laparoscopy. I had insurance, but because my anesthesiologist was out of network, I was left with thousands of dollars in medical debt. And still, I was just grateful that someone finally believed me. Isn't that wild? Then came the treatments. Some worked, some didn't, but of course, none were cheap. And every failed treatment felt like I was throwing money and hope into a black hole. But it's not just the money. It's the shame, the guilt, the exhaustion of deciding whether to buy groceries or refill your prescription. It's like your health is a luxury. Like healing is only for people who can afford to chase it. And let's not forget, endometriosis affects people who were already being told their pain wasn't real. Add financial stress on top, and the burden becomes unbearable. So let's talk about access. Access to diagnosis, access to surgery, access to ongoing care. Endometriosis isn't rare because it is rarely covered by insurance. And that's not an accident, that's a policy failure. And here's where we need more voices. We need yours, mine, ours together, saying, this isn't a privilege. This is basic care. We need better training for providers, better insurance coverage, better protections for patients who are already fighting just to show up to life. Living with the financial toll of endometriosis is exhausting. It forces you to make choices no one should ever have to make between your health and your basic needs. So ask yourself, what's one small way I can give myself grace in this area? Maybe it's asking for help, researching resources, or simply reminding yourself that the debt is not your identity. The truth is, you deserve care no matter the cost, and the burden of paying for it should never have been yours to carry alone. So, if this episode resonated, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you've got your own story about the financial side of endo, I'd love to hear it. Comment below or DM me on Instagram at @MyEndoTalks. Money is only one part of the struggle. Even when we can access care, managing endometriosis is still an everyday experiment. So on the next episode, we'll step away from the numbers and into the day-to-day, the messy, ongoing experiment of managing endometriosis and figuring out what really helps. Until then, hold space for your effort. Honor the fight you've already given, and always remember, my Endo Talks. Are you listening?